الحمد لله رب العالمين صلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا ثم أما بعد. الإمام النووي رحمه الله تعالى يقول في باب حسن الخلق chapter on the good conduct. قال وعن أنس رضي الله تعالى عنه قال ما مسست ديباجا ولا حريرا ألين من كف رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Anas radiallahu ta'ala, the companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, I never felt any piece of velvet or silk softer than the palm of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Which means I never felt anything softer than the hands of the Prophet sallallahu wasallam alayhi. قال ولا شممت رائحة قط أطيب من رائحة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He said, and nor did I smell any fragrance more pleasant than the smell of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam. قال ولقد خدمت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم 10 سنين. He said, I served him sallallahu alayhi wasallam for 10 years. I served him for 10 years. فما قال لي قط أف. Said he never said uff to me. You know the word uff is basically it's a sign of disapproval, discontent. When you don't like something, you just say uff. He said he never told me uff, whatever I did, even if it was wrong. He said he would never say uff to me. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ولا قال لشيء فعلته لما فعلته ولا لشيء لم أفعله ألا فعلت كذا. متفق عليه. He said he never said, why did you do that for something I had done? Nor did he ever say, why did you not do such and such for something I had not done? Rawah al-Bukhari and Muslim. So from this hadith in Anas radiallahu ta'ala, and when we're talking about the good conduct and the beautiful conduct of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we mentioned that last night, that he was on a very high standard of character, salawatullahi wa sallam alayhi. So Anas radiallahu ta'ala, just to put the things in perspective, who was Anas al-Jama'at Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Do you remember him? He was the servant of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was the servant of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. However, was he a slave or free? He was a free boy. How old was he when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam received him? 10 years old. So when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away after 10 years, how old would the Anas be? 20. Remember yourself those prime years of your life, between 10 and 20. What were you doing? What were you doing, Jama'ah? Those are the years that your kids, they start getting wilder, right? And this young boy, Anas radiallahu ta'ala, he dedicated his life, his time, for the service of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I mean, he has all the right as a boy, as a kid, to start building his own character. He wants to build his own boundaries, see things, according to his view of life and world and so forth. That's boys at this age, that's what they try to do. But Anas radiallahu ta'ala, he was very observant. And when he said that the Prophet never said uff to me, and he never said, why you do so and so, what was he saying exactly? He was basically criticizing himself. He says, I was just like another teenager, a boy like all boys, right? I would do things that would disapprove. I would do things that it requires from the Prophet even to say, why did you do that? Why you didn't do that? Still his manners and his akhlaq, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he never blamed him for anything. Radiallahu anhu wa arda. So he was very patient with him. And he was teaching him values through that. Salawatullahi wa salam alayhi. Anas radiallahu anhu wa arda, he reported in one story to show again how kids sometimes kids are kids. They would do kid stuff. One time the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he sent him to fetch him something. He says, go and get me something. So Anas, he went out to get what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked him to bring. After some time, he says, I was passing by a group of kids playing in the alleys of Medina. Imagine a kid seeing kids playing. What would that kid do? First of all, would get distracted. As he walks, I'm expecting when Anas was walking to go and fulfill the Prophet's request, his eyes went to that. He heard the noise, the voices and the noises, so he looked there. He found kids playing. As a kid, he started looking. And he was walking and he was looking. Suddenly it got interesting. So what did he do? He stopped. And he was just watching. Later on, he found himself part of the game. Then the Prophet ﷺ, he said, suddenly, as he was sitting down, radiallahu anh, he was crouching, sitting down, watching, perhaps waiting for his turn. He said, I felt a hand on my back or on my neck. So a hand gently, the Prophet put his hand on his back, on his shoulder, and he said, I looked and it was Rasulullah ﷺ smiling. So Rasulullah was looking at him smiling. He goes, where did I send you? He goes, Al-an ya Rasulullah, I'll do it now. I'll do it now. He said, La kaharani wala naharani. He never yelled, he just said, where did I send you? Means, seems that he forgot. He said, I'll do it right now, ya Rasulullah. So again, Anas radiallahu ta'ala, he would be the expert in that field because he spent 10 years. 10 years of the years you could consider the wildest years in the life of any individual. When you're barely becoming a teenager until you start settling down right now in your early 20s. It's basically the years when kids, they want to explore life, establish their own personality and so forth. So a lot of attitudes would be there. And Rasulullah ﷺ was so patient with him that he said he never ﷺ said to me, off, and he never complained, he never blamed, he never told him anything that would hurt his feeling. Salawatullah wa salam alayhi. Bi-abi wa ummi. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Who can really do that, Jama'ah? Who can do that? It's not that easy, wallah. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him rahmatal alameen as mercy to mankind. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring us in Jannat al-Firdaus with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Any questions, Jama'ah? It's too cold for questions, right? Yes.
In the matter of dunya, we have been told to strive our best and also at the same time to have taqwa. Is there any ayah in the Quran that supports this view?
In terms of working for the dunya?
Working for the dunya at the same time taqwa.
Well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَابْتَغِ فِي مَا أَتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةَ وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيا. Therefore, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided for you, you seek the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the akhirah. But don't forget about your share in this world. So you need to not to forget about your share from this world. That's the meaning of it. So we're not to neglect the dunya altogether. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in other ayat that whatever He created in the heavens and the earth, جميعا سخر جميعا لكم. Basically, it's everything was being created for you at your disposal, for you, for us human beings. So everything is there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says يحل لهم الطيبات ويحرم عليهم الخبائث. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He makes good things lawful to them and evil things unlawful to them. So all the good things are considered lawful. So that's what it is. Wallahu a'lam. Yes.
It's just a comment about the characteristic of the palm of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi
No.
wasallam. I figured, the fragrance, that you could see that, but the softness of the palm
No.
is something that you probably, to me, I was kind of surprised to see it, described as soft as velvet.
Because I think it should be rough, right?
Yeah, because he was always worked his life. He was a shepherd. He was a warrior. He was
So the kind of lifestyle he led, his hands should be a little bit rough.
exactly.
But isn't this becomes a miracle to have it soft?
Exactly.
So that's just like another sign for the Prophet ﷺ, his hands were so soft, even though his type of work, the type of work he was doing, should make his hand a little bit rough. Like doing things with his own hands, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, holding horses, camels, all these things. So different is going to roughen your hands a little bit. But his hand being so soft, salawatullah wa salam alayhi, that's a blessing. And of course we know that the soft hands, for men in particular, it's considered a sign of ni'mah. It's a sign of blessing, of wealth. Because they don't have to work with their hands. That's why hands get soft. But those who work so much with their hands kind of tend to be rough a little bit. But subhanAllah, that's a sign of ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam at all times. Wallahu a'lam. Jazakallah khair. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك